So I've got my facility to make videos back, having had the computer fixed, and not without great trouble, downloading all of the bits from my camera roll on this phone, freeing up the space that means I can make another video. Preparation, I guess, for something. Get it all ready, get it all lined up, so that when the moment strikes, you've got some kind of potency, I guess. There's somewhere to put it, or there's something to put in the somewhere. You know, the time thing, it's always frustrating when things aren't running at the right pace. And you know, the temptation is, and always has been with me, to basically just to jump, to get out of a situation in which things aren't moving at the right pace. That's the simple solution, and it takes you out of a sequence and into something new, which is entirely unpredictable, and that it's not like it's associated with a plan. It's more an escape than a running to something. Um, but you know, if things aren't right, then hell, you know, what have you got to lose? Really, what have you got to lose? You know, I've been on the internet. Actually, you find me quite grumpy this morning, and so I'll share a bit of that with you. The Yeah, just feeling like I'm wasting my time. You know, I'm not even sure that anyone's listening to me, and certainly not developing anything. I mean, what is it that I'd be developing anyway? What's the aspiration there? If I was to wish that I had developed something, if I was wanting to develop something, what's the aspiration? What do I want to develop? Um, you know, do I want to develop a set of rules for other people that would make the world operate in a in a way which I find preferable? Is that the is that the aspiration? I mean, I'm guessing that's what a lot of stuff's about. It's about setting up the the rules by which other people will live. Um, but I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in telling anyone else what to do. I hate it. I hate it when people, not that they they do very often, but when they look to me for an example or for to know what they should do. And you know, I very, very much do not want to be involved in that conversation. You do what you want to do. It's entirely up to you. And you know, the consequences none of us will know. But to kind of to set up yourself to to live a life which is lived through following a set of instructions given to you by another person, I mean, or an organization. It's just kind of just is a demoralizing thing to think about, that being the case. A bit rambling there. And I kind of almost got to a point. I've lost it again. You see, I'm actually not much further into establishing um, myself inside myself than I was last time you saw me. even after all of this waiting for the facility to be created. Um, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm feeling, because I'm feeling grumpy, my attitude has gone down the hill, really. Um, why bother? Why? Well, not why. Yeah, why did I bother? But, what did I bother? I'm not sure that I did. Everything I did was a sort of a um, a response to stimulus rather than being a generated thing that I was sort of putting forward. Um, just going with the flow, to put it simply, um, which is easy to do, really, very easy to do. I mean, nothing I've done has required me to involve myself in any great preparation. But then again, it hasn't led anywhere that satisfies me from the perspective of a future view. I can't look into the future from where I stand and say, yeah, I can see that that's going to go very well, and I'm happy with the way that that seems to be proceeding, because from moment to moment, I really haven't the faintest idea what's coming. Um, and I think, in a sense, I neither like nor dislike that situation. It's not something that keeps me warm, and it does it. As I say, it's not daunting either. That kind of thing, but it is sort of empty, and that sense of emptiness that is currently very present in my situation is a bit of an issue. I think that um, I I I want more really from this set of circumstances. You know, um, and I guess it's a. I don't know if it's a. If I want more from my physical life, if I want to experience myself as a body a bit more, or is it as simple as that? I mean, in the hierarchy of things, where does that stand? Is that important? Well, it seems to be important when I'm dissatisfied with a life outside of my body where everything just seems to be ticking along okay. If I don't have an aspiration, it all seems to be okay. Um, yeah, there's a lot of rage, I think, going on inside me, really, which is rage to leave. It's the kind of motivation to get up and go. Frustrations galore. Um, but, frustrations against what? Since the aspiration isn't there that I'm aiming towards, in what am I frustrated? What is that, And then, again, I guess that there is a need for a relationship. That is probably the overwhelming aspiration that I have, and it's not happening. And I'm kind of annoyed. I guess I'm annoyed with myself for having taken the path that I've taken, which is the bonkers path. Absolutely mad. What was I thinking? Well, was I thinking? Well, no, I wasn't. Just going along lazy, really, drifting along, basically connecting to whatever seemingly generates a response, and that's about it, really. Um, but I'm actually, now I talk about that, I'm feeling a bit sad, really. All is not well, I'd say. I'm feeling This is the kind of feeling that I've had in the past, immediately before doing something radical in terms of shifting my situation. Um, so maybe there's change in the air, but it's a funny time of year to be doing it, and there really isn't. Um, I've tried the other routes, being in the world with the people around me, and it just doesn't work. I've got nothing in common with people. I've got no chance of finding a partner. I just haven't the faintest idea what's going on, where to go. When people do say, well, go here, then I'm nervous about that, and I feel like, ooh, I want it to come to me, really. I want it to. That's the that's the big thing, really. I think is that I've always expected it to come to me. Always. I will not go to it. I will not. And natural outcome of that arrangement, nothing happens. There should be a meeting in the middle. Common ground. Well, what is my ground? Where is my ground? When I was in an environment of artists, like for example, when I was doing my degree, actually, what I was going to say was that's when I felt that I was in the presence most of the people who I had something in common with. But my experience of all of those environments was of tremendous isolation, desolation, loneliness. Um, that's what I've got out there, really. That sort of experience. So where to go? What to do? Who to talk to? This is all. This isn't instructive for anybody. This is me giving you a sense of how lost I am. Just lost. Got no idea where to go with this. Not a clue.